My dear students, I hope you're all doing well and taking good care of yourself. This is Shaileshri ma'am taking English subject in grade 5 and topic continuation part 2 from the poem Daffodils. Enchanting English, Daffodils of Poem. In my part 1, we have discussed about daffodils, what it is. It's a flower which we believe that in symbol of a new beginning or beginning and the rebirth. And it comes in a color white or yellow color, and it grows in a shade, and it is a beautiful, beautiful grace, what we can say. It will add more beauty into the nature. And poet is a person, Williams Wordsworth, and this poet is a very nature lover. He loves the nature, and is most of the poems related to the nature. Okay, and he always motivated, to whenever he sees the nature. Coming to the nature, we should love our nature, right? And it's very important that we should protect our nature also. Because see, why I'm talking about nature here, it is when we see this daffodils flower, we feel so fresh and we feel good. And nature don't need us. We need a nature to live happily, healthy, happily. That is very much important. So we should protect our nature also. There is one video related to the nature I want to show you. Just before I start this poem again, because today's class we are going to discuss about the stanza wise, discussing on the poem, revising the poem, and comprehension question also. Okay, so I want to share the video of the nature. So this is how the poem, and I want to go back. Daffodils, I want to show a video of nature, how it's. People lead nature. Okay, now I'm going back to this poem again. We have read the poem in the previous class. We read the meanings also. We understood the meanings of the poem. And also, I told you that stanza wise, we are going to discuss about the poem. So, but before start that, see here it is. The daffodils, the field of daffodils, how it looks near the lake. Isn't it beautiful? Yes, it's beautiful. So now, as I said, we have already discussed about the poet that he is a William Wordsworth and he is the greatest lyrical poet in the history of English literature. The poem Daffodils was written when he lived with his sister Dorothy in the Lake District. The poem inspired by the beautiful landscape around, This is why how he inspired and on what basis he wrote the poem. Now I'm going to explain you the stanza one. I'm showing this in a stanza in the PPT. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on a high bow of valves and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of a golden daffodils, beside the lake bent the trees, fluttering and dancing the breeze. One day, while walking beside a lake, the poet saw a large field of daffodils. Moving in the wind, they were spread over the long rows along the border of the lake. The daffodils looked very happy. The flowing breeze made the daffodils flutter and seemed as if they were dancing unsteadily. The poet was compared himself to the solitary cloud. You know, just like a cloud floats over the hills and valleys, the poet too has been walking across the country and enjoying the nature. This is about stanza 1. Coming to the stanza 2, continues as the stars that shine and twinkle in a Milky Way, they stretched in a river-ending line along the margin of bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance, just as a star shines twinkle along the Milky Way. The poet says that the daffodils stretch a never-ending, continuous line along the way, tossing their heads and turning as if they are dancing. This is about stanza 2. Now, stanza 1, stanza 2 we have understood. Following the questions, which words mean over, valleys, larger number of people or things? This is a question to you all. I want you to answer. Okay, so you need to, I explain the stanza 1 and the stanza 2 where you need to answer for the stanza 1 and stanza 2. Okay, so which words mean over, valleys, large number of people, things? One more question. Identify the words which make you think that the daffodils have been given a human attribute. Question number 3. What does the first line of the first stanza tell you? You know the answer? Can you guess what is the answer? Yeah. So, see, for O, over, short form as that O, first of it, then ER, then valleys, vals, large number of people. What we have said for the large number, short form as that host, large number of the people and the things is the host in that poem. Then for the second answer is dancing, tossing and heads. And third, the first line tells us that the poet wanders lonely as a cloud. Now, there are rhyming words we can make, cloud, a crowd, hills, daffodils, trees, breeze, shine, line, way, bay, glance, dance. Just to make you understand, that's it. I don't want you to write in a book. Okay, now there are figures of speech also we are finding in here. What is a figure of speech? It's a comparison. Simile is a comparison, figure of speech. We know that, we have learned. A direct comparison between two objects using the words as and like is made. Example, I wandered lonely as a cloud. He compared himself to the cloud that floats on a high. Now, personification, a human quality is given to an inanimate object. Example, flattering and dancing in the breeze. There is a one quality which we have added. We call that for the personification. Okay, so moving to the next. This I am not doing now. Okay, yes, I like flowers. I feel relaxed when I look at the pretty flowers in the garden, and I like to take pictures of flowers, often the rain. In white rose in my favorite flower, because a bouquet in a white roses tells someone that you are thinking of them. Flowers are important in our country because they are widely used in many occasions and festivals to represent blessings, happiness, and good luck. Most families maintain gardens or potted plants at home. It was a couple of weeks ago when I picked a bunch of flowers from our garden as a present for my mother for her birthday. She was happy, put the flowers in a vase on a dining table so that everyone in the family could admire their beauty. The lotus is our national flower. Yes, how many know this? It's good to read about flowers. Now, stanza 3 is that the waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in a glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. Now, the meaning of this is the waves one of the surface of the lake were no match for the waves of daffodils rippling in the breeze. Wordsworth has remarked that a poet can feel nothing but happiness in that kind of a cheerful company. Although he beheld the beautiful sight for a long time, he did not understand the true value of that beautiful experience just then. Yeah, nicely they have explained, right? We'll going to the next stanza. Stanza 4. More often when on my couch I lie in vacant or in a pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye which is a bliss of solitude, and then my heart with a pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. So whenever the poet is in a low spirit and sight of the daffodils flashes in his mind, his heart filled with joy and happiness, and it seems to him as if his heart is dancing with the daffodils. So next questions are there. So this I'm going to discuss in the next class. Just to explain the stanza wise, again we revise that what is a poem and who wrote, why he wrote everything. So just revise that. Try to read it. The stanza what I just explained. We'll discuss more about in the next class. Thank you for being with me. Stay safe. Take good care of yourself.